everybody. Today I'll be showing you a step-by-step process on taking alginate impressions. First step would be to position the headrest to the patient's level. You will fit in the correct tray size. For the upper impression, you will be using 3 scoops of the alginate. And for the lower impression, you will be using 2 scoops of the alginate. Since we use 3 scoops of the alginate for the upper, we will fill to the 3rd line. You will mix the water with the alginate. Stir and push the mixture to the bowl with the spatula until it becomes nice and uniform. Remember, you have about 30 seconds to a minute of working time, and you do not want to take more than 10 to 15 seconds with this process. The better mixture you have, the less you will have to worry about having bubbles or voids in your impressions. Collect all the impression material with the spatula and in one motion place it on the impression tray. Remove the excess impression material from the tray. Again, this will decrease the chance of getting voids in the impression. Place the impression tray with the impression material in the patient's mouth. Push upward slowly and firmly without pushing the patient's head back because that can activate the gag reflex. Pull the patient's lip over the tray and wait until the impression material completely sets up. You want to look for any distortions, voids, or bubbles in the impression. If you don't find any of those, since we use 2 scoops of the alginate for the lower impression, we will fill to the 2nd line. Moving forward with the lower impression, once again, you will mix the water with the alginate, stir and push the mixture against the bowl with the spatula to eliminate any bubbles. Collect all the impression material with your spatula and in one motion place as much of the impression material onto the tray. Remove excess, as this will help us decrease the chance of having bubbles or voids in our impression. Place the impression tray in the patient's mouth. Press slowly and firmly with both your index and middle finger to avoid distortion in the impression. Look for any voids or bubbles in the impression.